adrenaline, excitement, unpredictability. They're just as able to do anything that a man does. People don't think that they're as able or as motivated or as driven to do anything as much as the men are, which just really isn't true. My name's Marty and I'm studying media studies.
My name is Natalie and I'm first year sports journalism.
My name is Libby and currently, I'm a student, but outside of that, I do motorsports social media and I have my own podcast.
I have distinct memories of being a child wearing a red Vodafone McLaren hat in my kitchen, being really upset that Lewis Hamilton went to Mercedes. My father was a big fan and he had it on the TV and I was a kid and I liked seeing brightly coloured race cars driving around really, really fast.
It's always been in my family, so I've kind of always been around it. My dad has watched it since he was younger. So I've always just been walking in the living room as a 5-year-old and F1's on, might as well sit down and watch it. As I got older, I started to get into it. He's definitely the person to thank for introducing motorsport.
When I was younger, my dad and my granddad used to have the Formula 1 on all the time and the MotoGP and stuff, and ever since then it's just been my life. It was kind of the only thing growing up that me and my dad and my granddad had in common, and it was something nice to bond over. It's very interesting to get into a conversation with them about it because they look at it very differently to what I do. I don't think that women are represented well in sort of F1 Academy because it's nowhere near to what they probably could do, but they think different. They think that it's solely a man's sport and everything, which I just really don't agree with, so.
Not just Formula 1, but a lot of different motorsports are not welcoming at all because they have that stigma of they were all boys clubs, they were all for men, and then very recently the integration has started with more women fans. Obviously, I think Formula 1 really encouraged more people to get into it and kind of removed the barrier of it just being a boys club. There's still conflict between those two groups, the group that had it before that were kind of set on it being a boys club, and then the people now who just want it to be inclusive for everybody.
I've had other influences along the way, online influences. I love Lizzie McIntosh. I feel like everyone says that, but she's just such an inspiration to everyone. And it's nice to see more women in motorsport now on the grid, because when I was younger there was just Natalie Pinkham and that was it.
If you said to me woman and said to me man, I wouldn't think any different because there is no really big differences. They're just as able to do anything that a man does.
I think every fandom has this, but there is a small segment of the fandom is these kind of minorities, these younger people who do just want to enjoy something, who are constantly clashing with the older generation that hates them. But it's just harder to deal with the fandom and the outside of it when you are a minority figure.
I think there's a lot more hostility on the online community just because it's a lot harder to go up to somebody and just spout hate than it is to hide behind a screen and do it. I think people are a lot more hostile online than what they are in person.
But it's nice to see people on TikTok and people on Instagram giving younger girls oh, I can do this too. That's what I like to see.
When I was younger, I used to do a lot of go-karting myself. And I was actually quite good at it, but because I'm a trans man, so I was born a woman, when I was younger and I hadn't come out, everybody was like, oh, you'll never be able to accomplish anything. You're a girl sat in a car, it doesn't make a difference what you do and how good you are, you'll never achieve anything or amount to anything because of that. And that just made me feel really upset.
Well, everyone says the insult of you're only watching it because you find the drivers attractive. I'm sure everyone has heard that. I've heard that a couple times. And it's just not true. Women can like these things as well, but because they were all gate-kept as traditionally masculine things, they're not allowed to enjoy them for that same reason.
This was my first ever time doing an in-person interview with a driver. So I was just asking my questions, how's the track day going? And he goes, all right, so which F1 driver is your favourite? I was like, okay, so immediately asked me what my favourite driver is. I'm like, right, okay.
I just kind of felt that no matter what I did, like I would never amount to anything. And I would take a lot of these people's words and I would think about it, like when I went to bed at night, and I'd be like, wow, like I might as well just give up because nobody has any faith in me. So I kind of just felt a bit lost and upset and angry at the fact that I was born a woman, but why should I be angry at that? Because I don't think that's a problem.
So I say at the time I was like, Antonelli. And he was like, oh right, why do you support Antonelli? I was like, oh, just because I've like watched him through the ranks. And he went, well, he's a good looking boy. I was like, bro.
So yeah, I used to like really beat myself up about that. I used to get really, really in my head about it. And it ended up with me getting like very depressed and stuff like through school. I would be like really disengaged and just not focused at all because there was only one thing that I ever wanted to do, which was to race professionally. It's definitely impacted me a lot.
Well, he's not even my favourite all-time driver. My favourite all-time driver is Sebastian Vettel, and he's not really a good-looking boy. And he was like, oh yeah, no, I like Sebastian Vettel. I was like, yeah, whatever. I was just stood in front of this camera being like, told that. I was like, what the hell? I was like, he's not even like my favourite driver all time.
I think there needs to be more women and girls put into positions in Formula One where they are visible. Every race they are there, and they're not just behind a microphone or something. You can feel the influence that they have every single race, and I think they need to be more seen. It shows women in the fandom, this is a place for me, this is a place where women can succeed. That's the ideal, that's kind of the standard of what we need more of. It will get better. It will get better at some point, because it can't not get better.
Empowering women in motorsport is so important, and it's something that I would really, really, really like to do. But as one person alone, I can't do it by myself. And I know that there's other people out there who would as well. It's really important to have that sort of empowerment.
So many people have had experiences like this. I'm like, it's not right. Like, these men need to get reined in. Because that was like early on in my career, what's the point in even doing this if I'm just gonna like get asked? Not even get asked, get told that all I like about is because they're attractive. Like, I think keep doing what we're doing. Getting more women in the paddock, getting more women behind the screen, you know, commentating, interviewing, keep like spreading the awareness that women are here to stay and we're not stupid and we know what we're talking about. We need to keep doing what we're doing and just keep pushing it. And like, no matter what people say, just keep feeding it to every platform and being like, we are the women and we are here to stay.
It's one of those things where you never know what's going to happen.
It's a lot better of a world for me.
I feel like there's just so much support. Being so online, you get so many comments that are like, oh, you don't know anything, you're a girl, you only like it for this. That's not true.
They should be given the same headlines, the same sort of coverage. And I think one day that could really be something quite interesting.